Welcome back, you're watching 9 News. Moving on to Asian news. Chinese author Mu Yan has been awarded the 2012 Nobel Prize for Literature. His work was praised for combining hallucinatory realism with folktales, history and contemporary life in China. Mu, who is 57 years old, grew up in the town of Gaomi in Shandong province, and his parents were farmers. He is the first Chinese national to win a $1.2 million literature prize, awarded by the Swedish Academy. Speaking to the state-run China News Service, Mu said the award made him overjoyed and terrified. Best known in the West for Red Sorghum, which portrayed the hardship endured by farmers in the early years of communist rule and was made in a film directed by Zhang Yimou. His books also include The Republic of Wine and Big Breasts and White Hips. In 2000, Chinese-born Gao Xingjian was honored the prize, but he had already taken French citizen by the time. His Nobel was not celebrated by the Chinese government. According to data released by research house Gartner, China's Lenovo has knocked down Hewlett-Packard to become the world's #1 PC maker in the third quarter. Over the past years, PC demand growth has been decreasing, turned to powerful and ultra-portable tablets and smartphones for basic computing. According to Gartner, in the third quarter, the worldwide shipments of PC fell over 8% to $87.5 million, the steepest decline since 2001. During the tough period, Lenovo, Taiwan's Acer and other Asian PC makers are taking share away from US competitors HP and Dell. Lenovo, which has a market value of $8.2 billion, said it believed there was room for continued growth in the sector. Lenovo CEO said we're establishing even deeper roots in each major market around the world. In addition to localized sales teams in major markets, we're establishing an even stronger manufacturing footprint. This year, Lenovo bought Brazilian electronics maker CCE and US computing firm VMware. Japanese wireless service provider SoftBank is in talks to buy a majority stake in operator Sprint Nextel, which can make it a major player in the US mobile market. According to Reuters, the trade between the two companies will be worth $12.8 billion, and SoftBank is in talks with me to finance a bid. The VK newspaper also reported that SoftBank is planning to buy Metro PCS Communications through Sprint, making the two-step deal eventually costing more than $25 billion. SoftBank was the first of Japan's leading mobile carrier to offer Apple's iPhone in Japan, and took over Vodafone Japan in 2006. And from a packaged software distributor 30 years ago into a broad telecoms group worth more than $40 billion. However, it faces tougher competition at home against KDDI and market leader NTT Docomo. Now moving on to sports news. New Zealand is the only country in the world in which the national rugby team do not wear a logo on their playing jersey. Now that is to change forever.
In these days of professional rugby and the need to generate revenue, where the All Blacks are referred to as the brand rather than always bound to happen, even though the All Blacks are more accustomed to making history on the field. Global insurance giant AIG has secured a sponsorship deal with the New Zealand Rugby Union that includes a logo presence on the jersey. Of course, the traditionalists are dead set against it, and for good reason. However, a global commercial business where the bottom line counts. One does, however, expect that a large proportion of this money, actually amounts have not yet been revealed, will be used to foster and grow the game from the grassroots level, and not just be an increase in the bureaucrats' salaries.
After months of seeking the best candidates for the club, the Warriors have appointed Matthew Elliott as coach for the 2013 season.
Elliott has been a coach for 11 years and has experience in England and another NRL with both the Penrith Panthers. Like all coaches, he has had his difficult years, but he has had more years when he was successful, and he has been successful over a number of consecutive years. The media manufactured stories out of nothing regarding two of Australia's and most successful coaches ever coming to the Warriors. Me and Hasler have just been in the final and treated like saints, so this was never. Needless to say, there are those league supporters who are already writing new coach Elliott off. Firstly, the Warriors, the players that is, that are the professionals, need to up their game after being particularly this season, irrespective of the coach. And let's give the new guy a chance to prove himself.
The fallout from the Lance Armstrong motivated doping scheme has now claimed at least 5 of his former teammates.
Lance Armstrong's former teammates have accepted 6-month doping suspensions, reduced because they provided evidence the US anti-doping agency make the case to strip Armstrong of his 7 Tour de France titles. And these teammates are not Sunday riders. They include such famous names as George Hincapie, Tom Danielson, Levi Lipheimer, Christian van der Velde, and David Zabritsky. All would have received at least a 2-year sanction had they not helped the USADA with its case.
Epizona, introducing and reviewing favourite restaurants in Auckland.
Today, we would like to introduce you to a dish with a big name. It is called Wong Fei Hung Beef Tenderloin. Is it because the dish is a legacy of Wong family, or because it's beef tenderloin known to martial artists? Oh, actually it is because the beef tenderloin is cooked with Wong Fei Hung brand spicy peanuts. First cover marinated beef tenderloin with starch mixture and fry it at high temperature. And add some Wong Fei Hung spicy peanuts into the wok and stir-fry 2 ingredients together. The unique feature of this dish is the spicy peanuts are very crunchy and the fried beef tenderloin is quite tender.
经常看到小朋友就吃那个黄飞鸿塑胶。
We often saw small children eating Wong Fei Hung peanuts, so we thought we could create a new dish by cooking them with some beef.
到新菜呢，我们就做了类似的尝试。
这个牛柳的做法呢，其实非常的不简单。
It's very complex to cook. The beef is covered with starch before it's fried. That's why it tastes so tender. Along with the crispy peanuts and dried chili, this dish is not only great on the dinner table, it can also be eaten as a snack.
看着电视啊，看看小说的时候来当零食吃，也是一个不错的选择。
Steamed meatball is a signature dish from the south of Yangtze River. The cooking process for it is very complex. The minced beef needs to be kneaded by hand to balls before fried. Then the beef balls have to be braised for 2.5 hours to remove their raw taste. Finally, some cooked vegetables need to be laid and poured with hot soup. The vegetables are there to suck out the excess fat from the beef.
这道狮子头入口的感觉。
The beef has a tender and fragrant taste. It feels like as if you're eating tofu. Very good. It's good.
狮子头先用油炸。
Meatballs have to be fried before they are braised. Braising will suck out all the excessive fat and make the beef more fragrant.
香。